Hey, Jeffrey Friedman, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures, with my comments on stock index futures. And I always give you the word of the day. A little reminder, the word of the day is kind of trying to set the tone for the week or for the day of what the markets will go with, okay? My word of the day is going to be China. I could have used water, but we're going to go with China. I'll explain that in a minute. Little review of last week. We had non-farm payroll. That was the word of the day last Monday. And we did have a very good non-farm payroll. But they revised last month, the March, by about 40,000. And we beat the street or estimates by about 40,000. So it was, in my opinion, it was in line. But have said that, we rallied almost 25 points in the June contract S&P future contract after that report came out. So the market or the participants took it as a plus because the headline news of that report was bullish. Now that's going back in time, and we'll go forward in time. Obviously, the chairman of the Federal Reserve warned that she thought stocks were overvalued. Okay, a lot of people have been talking about that, but we'll talk about the technicals in a minute. Now, the three things that we want to be looking at this week is we had a surprise cut rate from China. They're trying to stimulate, and the market is up a little bit, and it was a surprise, but they are doing what they can to continue making their GDP stronger than 5%. They'd like to be at 7%, and they're doing what they can. Another thing to be concerned about this week is the Eurozone and Greece and the prime ministers, and will they get a deal and things like that. One last thing was the crude oil, which is kind of like a benchmark for commodities, if you will, for inflation or deflation, or reflation is the new pop word, reflation. Last week, towards the end of the week, we went down a little bit, a little correction, and some people are calling for a top of our 33% retracement, another technical term from Fibonacci. From the bottom, we rallied maybe 40% from the bottom in that respect. And of course, obviously, you want to be watching the dollar and the Eurozone on currency wars. Now, have said all that, let's get into the technicals real quick, okay? Because, well, before we get into the technicals, let's look at our economic board for the United States. We're going to have retail sales. To me, that's kind of important. We're going to have PPI. That's important. And we're going to have Michigan sentiment, and we're going to have some manufacturing reports. So we'll get kind of a well-rounded base. A footnote is that economic earnings is just about winding down. We only have about 15 left. We basically beat about 63 to 73% of the street estimates. So earnings were probably better than they thought. Have said all that, let's get into the technicals real quick. Last Monday, I said that we're going to be water, and that's where that phrase comes from, going to least resistance. Water kind of finds the least resistance area. S&P June contract is probably near 2110. We're near the high end of the range of that breakout level. When we were talking last Monday, we were probably 30, 40 points lower. But have said that, let me give you some technicals that I'm looking at. If we go down, 2075 would be a trend reversal. Right now, the short-term trend is up. If we can close 2120 or above, or 2115 or above 2 days in a row, then my prediction, just like last week, would be 2140. I don't know if we'll make it. A lot of times when you have a big rally, we'll pull back into yesterday or Friday's range and kind of test to see where the support level is. That would be around the 2075. A close under that would make me think that we're going to go to 2060, and a close under that would make me think that we're going to go to 2038. Remember, this is a big, big range. We've been in it for months, and we'll see if we can finally break out and make new highs. So, as always, give me a call. Let me help you in any market you want. Good luck and good trading. As always, trading futures or option on futures may involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for all investors.